we've had plenty of opportunities in the first half. The boys knew that. We talked about maybe we had to vary the position we were delivering the ball from, because they were very quick to get on their 6-yard line, and they had some big boys that were literally forming a brick wall. So we tried to talk about different angles to deliver the final ball from. And again, I felt we. I mean, I was going to say I felt we played the better, but they're 2-0 up, so they're quite within their rights to go, well, come on in, what you got? And I guess the argument is we didn't have enough, but we were knocking, and I think at the point that we do score, I don't think anybody in the ground would say we didn't deserve it.
That was, like I said, it was just frustrating. It took till the 69th minute.
Is that what it was? 69th? Yeah. It probably took a bit longer, but you still got 20 minutes plus stoppage time, and I genuinely felt, and I'm generally quite a pessimistic bloke, as you probably noticed, I genuinely thought we could equalise it.
Yeah, well, with a 2-1, it only looked like one team was going to score, because you could see there was something thinking, oh shit, this is going to be a bit risky, and they were starting not to panic, but they weren't as confident, maybe, and it just looked like only one team's going to score, and we give away a silly goal again and kill the game.
Yeah, I mean, in amongst that, we've had numerous efforts ping-ponging around their goal, and again, I would take my hat off to their defensive unit for defending their goal and putting their bodies on the line. It's as good a display as I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
To be fair to them, so credit where it's due. On top of that, we've had Rory booked for simulation. Now, I'm conscious if I'm going to come on camera, and I know the world is not going to see this, by the way, but even the people that do choose to tune in, I've got to be careful what I'm saying. I have watched that back with a magnification, because at the time I was like, the referee's a lot nearer to me. I can't understand why Rory would dive, but I've now watched it back with a magnification so that I have got a crystal clear view of it, and Rory is fouled 100%.
Oh yeah, it was bang in front of us, and it was just inside, and it was a clear foul.
Now,
it's books of simulation.
I don't know if you're telling me it's inside.
Yeah.
If it is, it's a penalty, 100%.
Yeah.
So if it was inside, we've just been denied the opportunity to have a strike at goal for 18 yards to go to all. At the very least, we get a free kick if it's on the line or if it's outside. How we've ended up with a booking and a free kick to them is pretty much unfathomable. But maybe in a way, that just says a little bit about how
especially when it was followed with Rory says something and gets sent off for his second yellow. It's like, that typified the whole game.
Well, look, I will say now that our record of dissent recently has not been good enough. We obviously had a sin bin against Belvedere on the Tuesday, which thankfully didn't cost us. We're able to hang on and get through to a quarter final of a cup, which is something to be celebrating about, I guess. Raws shouldn't really say anything, but when you've already been done for diving and you're getting kicked by 2 or 3 people, and the ref, rather than just giving us the free kick and giving us an opportunity to put the ball in the box, is deciding to wait and see if an advantage occurs. Well, we're facing our own goal on the halfway line. Nothing spectacular is going to happen. Rory's gone, just blow. Right, he's using an expletive, and blimey.
Well,
what are we coming to?
If you get sent off,
just blow your fucking whistle. Is what he said. Second yellow. Now, okay, maybe in its own right that's a yellow card. Maybe, but
you use your
just blow your whistle. Give us a free kick.
You use your common sense as a ref and say that's not enough to be sent off for. You give him a bollocking, but you don't give him a card.
Well, I just think, like, I don't know, I'm always conscious that you want to represent a club with good grace and a bit of humility, and it's a privileged position to be a manager at Tunbridge Wells Football Club, or to be a manager of any football club, and I genuinely respect the fact that there has to be officials, and it's a hard job, and I consciously always go and see the referees for the brief before the game. Very rare anyone from the other management team comes, incidentally. I don't know what that says, but I never feel like that bit of respect that I'm trying to show is ever. The guys stopped the game at one point and come running across to me to tell me that he was going to report someone in the crowd for something they've said.
Yeah.
And I'm the manager of the football team. What do you want me to do about the fact that someone who's nothing to do with our matchday squad or management team has said, what do you want me to do about it? And it's just like, I sometimes think, like, what is their number one motivation? But anyway, I'm off on a sidetrack. It ain't going to get us anywhere. That was probably a pivotal moment because we're 2-1 down. At best, it's a free kick right on the edge of the touchline. It could possibly be a penalty. We really had the wind in our sails. And I think from Windsor's point of view, they've done so much defending. It's very hard to then change their mentality and start. So I feel like we had them on the ropes a little bit. They were good at it. They were covering up well, but I think we had them on the ropes. Yeah. And that was a golden. I've probably gone on about 5 minutes down. But it's just frustrating.
It was pivotal to the game.
I believe it's pivotal to the game.
Yeah.
The third goal, we're attacking their 18-yard box. We're literally, Demando and Maka are running at them. The centre half, who's probably their man of the match, probably the man of the match, has literally just levered it for everything he's got. And it's ended up with Benson, their striker. We've obviously slung people forward at this point. And Benson, an unfortunate one, kicked it against their guy. Fair play to their striker. He's chasing down a lost cause. And that's sort of curtains for us. But even then, straight from the kickoff, we go straight back up there and we're delivering 2 or 3 balls into their box, which they head away, and Demando ends up getting a shot into the side netting. So
you can't fault the guys for their commitment.
No.
I
feel like Windsor would have said, we're in a game today.
Yeah. So looking forward, I mean, we've got next week to recover, and hopefully being realistic, our form has been quite good for the last 2 games.
I think
so we go in feeling sort of confident, especially when you look at Faversham Strike Forks league position. But we know there's no easy game, especially the teams at the bottom. We've had real battles with, haven't we? So it's not going to be an easy one next week.
No, if anything, we seem to find it harder with teams against lower down the league than us because everybody's scrapping for their lives. And I'm obviously really flat. Yesterday was a bit of a write-off. You're just starting to get over it now, as I'm sure you guys are, and you now got to start looking forward. And Faversham's tough test, Strike Force tough test that'll be. They're not easy. Spoken to a few sides that have played, and they've had some really good results. They've got 2 guys that are right up amongst the top goal scorers charts. So we've got to very quickly put the defeat behind us and just remember the fact that I think tell me if I'm wrong, but I think we'd won 7 out of 9.
Yeah, it was something like
prior
that.
to Saturday. Off the top of my head, I can remember losing to Holland and Blair. Can't even remember.
Yeah, I think we had this the other week and we gave us 7 out of 9.
Yeah, so let's not forget that we're still in very good form for what our expectations probably should be, but that only counts if you go and back it up by we're at home, so we've got to be looking to win that game, and then we've got the derby to finish the year, which will be far from easy, so plenty to look forward to.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get a win.
Yeah, nothing but wins, that's what we're aiming for, mate, but they don't come easy, do they?
Cheers.
Cheers.